Hi yogis, my name is Heather. We're going to be doing a 60-minute all levels flow today. So you're just going to need a blanket and a couple blocks for today's class. And let's go ahead and get started as we're seated. All right, so whether you're on your shins or cross-legged, finding a comfortable seat, whether it's up on a blanket or on the floor, go ahead and shift around a bit. Notice where sit bones are, anything that feels a little wonky or a little tight, a little constricted. And then start to find a still space. A space where you can sit at ease and your breath can flow. Letting eyelids soften and eyes close. And noticing if the torso is leaning a bit forwards or a bit backwards in space, and aligning the shoulders right over the hips, right over the pelvis, and the ears in line with the shoulders. Let's roll the shoulders up around the ears on a breath in, and back and down on the exhale. Another 2 times. Breath in as shoulders roll up. Exhale, they come back and down. And once more. Letting gravity help you out as it lowers the shoulders from the ears, hands resting on shins or knees. Take a big breath in, and a long, audible sigh out. Right, 2 more letting go breaths, just like that. Big inhale. And let it go. Last one. Let lips seal and let your natural breath start to take over. Noticing the internal landscape, the sound, the rhythm, the breath. Is your breath easeful, or is it strained? Is it just in your belly, or does it travel up to your chest? And then taking a moment in this stillness, in this silence, maybe even expanding that awareness outward and noticing if there's anything in the environment, in your world, in the universe that could be affecting the rhythm, the pace, the depth of your breath. And just bringing some awareness to that. Taking a big breath in. And sighing it out. We're going to start with alternate nostril breathing, or nadi shodhana. Taking your right hand, your forefinger, your index finger, and your middle finger, come right to your third eye. So it's not the space in between the eyebrows, it's just a little above it. Right? And then naturally your right thumb will fall towards your right nostril, your left or your right index, your right thumb will fall towards your right nostril, your ring finger will fall towards your left nostril. Right? So take a big breath in and sigh it out the nose. Right? Plug your left nostril, inhale through the right. Block the right nostril, pause, and exhale through the left nostril. Inhale through the left nostril. Block the left nostril and pause. Exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Block the right nostril, pause. Exhale through the left nostril. Inhale through the left nostril. Block it and pause. Exhale right. Inhale right. Hold, pause. Exhale left. Inhale left. Hold, pause. Exhale right. Taking that 2 more times at your own. Inhaling right, pause it. Exhale left, and then reverse. And last time, inhaling through the right, exhaling through the left. After you exhale through the right, let the right hand come down to your lap. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. You may notice how even it feels, or even that the breath comes up through the inner nostrils and exhales through the outer nostril. Notice the rhythm. Notice the space that's there compared to how it felt in the very beginning of class. And then let the eyelids flutter open. Let the fingertips come down towards the ground. Inhale, reach the arms up. Palms touch. Bring the hands into the heart. Calling to mind an intention to set for your practice, your day, maybe even the rest of your week. An internal promise or wish. Take a big breath in, feeling it fill up all the small spaces in your body. And a big exhale, feeling it dive deep and root down into your belly. Let the hands come down beside you, flutter the eyelids open. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, left hand down, right arm over your ear for a side stretch. So feeling the right sit bone root down. As you spin the chest up towards the ceiling, left elbow soft. Big breaths. Inhale, come back up through center, both arms lift. Exhale, right hand down, left arm over your ear. This time, left sit bone rooting down, right elbow soft. One more big inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, come on up through center. Exhale, arms wide, hands down by your sides. Right, we get 2 more like that. Big breath in. And exhale. And last one, inhale. And breathe out. You're going to come on to your child's pose, so onto hands and knees, and then set the hips to the heels. Knees a little bit wide. Forehead resting either on the ground or on a block. Maybe even on the backs of your hands. Right? Maybe there's a little shift to the hips, left to right, noticing how the hips feel today. And take a big breath in. And a long, audible sigh out. Next inhale, go ahead, come on up to all fours, hands and knees. Back of the neck nice and long. There's a draw up of the low belly. And tops of feet are pressing into the ground. On the inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, cow pose. And on the exhale, round the spine, let the crown of the head and the tailbone be heavy. Inhale, cow pose, find the length in the front body. Exhale, round the spine. Taking these movements with your own breath. Actively pressing through the fingertips as well as the tops of your feet. Taking some pressure off the wrist creases and the knees. Next breath in, you're going to reach the left arm high. Exhale, left arm under, right, thread the needle. Right, let the left temple, the left shoulder come to the ground. Keep active through the tops of the feet, maybe even pressing into the right hand to spin your chest over to the right. Keep that breath big and the body soft. Left hand or right hand comes back in front of you, presses into the ground. Left arm reaches high. Right? You're going to take this left foot and step it out behind you for a modified side plank. Right? So right knee is down. The shin can pivot back behind you for a little stability, but finding the space in between the collarbones, reaching from fingertip to fingertip, the outside edge of that left foot pressing into the ground, and tailbone coming towards your left heel, right? So there's a little lift forward of the hip bones. One more breath. Exhale, left hand comes down, left knee comes down. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Right arm reaches high and inhale. And then thread the needle, right arm under left, right temple down, right arm down. Maybe left hand pressing into the ground to spin your chest. And let's keep engaged through the tops of the feet, right? So pressing the tops of the feet down, finding that lift of the low belly. One more big breath in. And long sigh out. Go ahead, left hand comes to the floor in front of you. Unwind the right arm, reach it high. And then stepping this right leg out behind you, right? The toes point over to the left, outside edge of the foot, pressing into the ground, drawing the tailbone towards your right heel, right? So the butt's not sticking out here. Low belly hugging in, hip points coming up towards ribs. Really long through the arms. Right, one more big breath. Exhale, right hand down, right knee down. Cow pose on the breath in. And downward dog on the exhale. Maybe a slight bend in the knees. Keeping the head soft, head heavy. Lifting up through the sit bones. Low belly lifting. Right? Finding all that space in the low back. All that space through the backs of the legs. And then come forward to plank on a breath in. Knees can be up, knees can come down, but just keep the low belly lifted. Keep the integrity along the spine. And then hinge back, downward dog. You get 2 more like that. Inhale, come forward, plank pose. Lift up through the space in between the shoulder blades. And then downward dog as you hinge back. Right, last time, breath in. And out. And come forward to your plank pose on the inhale. Elbows point back behind you, knees can be up or down. Slowly lower to the ground. Go ahead, reach your arms out in front of you, legs long behind you. It's going to be a variation on like a Superman pose that we did when we were kids, right? So head is neutral, forehead to the ground. Lift the right arm and the left leg off the ground. But notice if all your weight is pressing into the limbs that are on the ground and soften them. So using the strength of your back body instead of pressing the front body into the ground. Right? And then right arm, left leg lower. And then you're going to lift up through the left arm and right leg. Again, soften the limbs that are on the ground. Use the strength in the limbs that are lifted and along your back body. Keep your breath long and flowing. And then left arm, right hand down. Well, left arm, right leg down, excuse me. Right, we get 1 more each side. Right arm, left leg lifts up. Find the length, find the space, but use the strength along your back body. Breath is big. And then right hand, left leg down. Last time, left arm, right leg, lift it up. One more big breath. Exhale, limbs to the ground. Right, hands underneath your shoulder heads. You're going to roll the shoulders and head up, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. You get 2 more like that. Breath in and out. Last one, inhale. Exhale, lower. Gather your strength. Press back, child's pose. Big, long breath in. Audible sigh out. Come up to your tabletop. Tuck the toes. Downward dog. Go ahead. 1 handprint at a time. Walk the hands back to your feet. Forward fold at the back of your mat. So feet are hips width distance, soft through the knees, let the crown of the head go. Press into the feet, lift through the hips, lift through the low belly. Maybe give your head a soft shake in the no direction or even a nod, yes. And inhale, lift up halfway, palms to shins or just above the knees. Weight shifts forward, right? Exhale, fold. And then another time, inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet, come all the way up to standing, arms high, palms touch. And then hands wide, and they come down by your side, Tadasana. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel your feet press into the ground, but keep the knees soft. Tailbone is heavy, so butt's not sticking out. It's a little tilt of the frontal hip points towards the ribs. Your shoulders are in line with your hips, and ears are in line with your shoulders. Right? Nice broad space through the collarbones. Active through the fingertips. The armpits lift. Big breath in your Tadasana. Feel the belly, ribs, and chest all fill up. And a long exhale out. Let the eyelids flutter open. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold it forward. Halfway lift on an inhale. Fold, breathe out. All the way up to standing you go. Arms high, palms touch. Hands down by your sides. Tadasana. Go ahead, take a stroll to the top of your mat. And once more, inhale, reach the arms up. Soft knees as you fold forward. Halfway lift, a breath in. Exhale, fold. All the way up to standing. Breath in. And hands to heart. Breathe out. Right. Take an inhale. Calling to mind that intention you set in the beginning of class. This long sigh out as it dives deep into your belly and roots down. Hands down by your sides. Go ahead, lift the right knee up into your chest. Take a moment, grab a wall if you feel that balance isn't going to be your thing today, right? Every day is different, every moment is different. Take one more breath. And then on the exhale, just tilt the torso forward, float the right foot out behind you, find your airplane pose, nice broad chest, reaching out through the lifted leg, a softness in the standing leg. Nice long spine. And then just bring the right knee into your chest, come up to stand, and then right foot down next to the left. Plant the right foot on the ground, left knee into the chest. Take a moment. Notice how it feels to balance on the right foot. Are you leaning back in space? Are you leaning forward? Or can the shoulders, ears, and hips all be in one line? On the exhale, shift forward, reach the left leg out behind you, airplane pose. Broadness through the collarbones, active through the fingertips, just like in Tadasana. Right? Bring the left knee up into your chest, come to standing, and then left foot down next to your right. Inhale, reach the arms up. Let's fold forward on the exhale. Halfway lift on a breath in. And then grab your blocks, hands plant on the blocks, let the left foot step to the back of your mat, and then left knee down, right? Low lunge, arms sweep up. Find a little hug in of the knees, or of the legs, I should say. So they don't go anywhere, but it's almost like your right foot is trying to drag back in space and your left knee is trying to move forward. You feel a stability in the legs in order to lift up through the torso, through the chest. And then hands take blocks. You're going to lengthen through the right leg as you shift the hips back, a half monkey pose. Flex through the right toes, the foot, spread the toes wide. Softness in the right knee though. Don't just lock out the joint. Have a tiny bend and draw the right hip back in space as the heart comes forward. And then bend into the right knee. Tuck the left toes and lift off the left knee for your runner's lunge. Take a moment here, set up your base. If that right knee needs to walk out to the right, just to solidify the base, it can. Right? And then start to float the arms up behind you. Think that airplane pose in the upper body, although the left foot is down. Right? Drawing the right hip back in space, nice and long through the spine. Inhale, come up to your crescent lunge with the left knee soft, torso above the hips. Right? And then find that airplane-esque runner's lunge, right? Where you tilt forward, arms behind you, bend the right knee, straighten through the left leg. And then crescent lunge, come back up. Okay? And one more time. Tilt forward, reach the arms back, straighten through the left leg. And then your crescent lunge. Breath in. And then exhale, hands down, step forward, fold at the top of your mat, right? Feet a little bit wider, grab opposite elbows, hang in your ragdoll. Right. Softness through the knees, let the crown of the head go. Maybe there's a little sway left to right, or maybe that still space feels really good today. You're here for about 2 more breaths. And then release the hands, inhale, flat back. And then you're going to step the right foot to the back of the mat. Let the right knee come down, find your low lunge as legs squeeze in towards one another, reaching up through the fingertips, soft through the shoulders. Nice broadness to the chest. Big breath in. Long sigh out. Hands take blocks, lengthen through the left leg as you shift your hips back. Tiny softness in the left knee. Flex the feet, flex the left foot, spread the toes wide, broad through the chest as you hinge at the hips, okay? Not rounding through the spine. Big breaths. Okay, bend into the left knee. Walk the blocks forward. Tuck the right toes. Lift the right knee so you're in a runner's lunge. And then start to gather strength in your core after you set up your base and float the arms out behind you. Nice long spine like the airplane pose in the torso, right? Broad collarbones. And then bring the torso atop the hips, arms up as you bend the right knee a bit for your crescent lunge. And then that extended runner's lunge with arms out behind you. And your crescent lunge. Soften the right knee. Right, one more time. Breath in. And out. Right. Hands take the floor. Move the blocks to the side. Step back to your downward dog. Go ahead. Come forward to your plank pose. Knees up or down, your choice. Slowly lower to the ground. Inhale, a cobra pose. Roll the shoulders back, or if up dog's in your practice, you can take that with hands and feet, the only things touching the floor. And then downward dog, or breath out. Big inhale. And long exhale. Then step the right foot forward in between your hands. Dial your left heel down. Bring yourself up to a warrior two. And take a moment here, a breath. And then inhale, straighten through the right leg. Lengthen the arms up overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Bend back into that right knee. Okay. Two more. Breath in. And out. Inhale. And exhale, warrior two. Right, stay bending in the right knee, reach the right arm up, reverse your warrior. And then hands come to frame your right foot, step back, downward dog. And then left arm steps, or left foot steps forward. Dial the right heel down for your warrior two, big windmill up. Right, take a moment, settle your arms, feel your base. And then inhale, reach up, look up, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend into the left knee. Right, two more like that. Breathe in. And out. And inhale. Exhale. Right, flip the left palm, reach it up, reverse. And then hands frame the front foot. Step back, downward dog. Right, look forward in between the hands. Step, step, or a walk to the top of your mat. Lift and lengthen once you get there, flat back. Fold, breathe out. All the way up you go, arms high, palms touch. Hands down by your sides, breathe out. Right? Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, soft knees as you fold forward. Halfway lift on a breath in. Plant your hands, step, step back to plank. Knees up or down, your choice. You're going to lower either all the way or to your chaturanga. Cobra or up dog on the inhale. And downward dog on the exhale. 3 breaths. At the end of the next exhale, look forward. You're going to step, step, or take a walk top of your mat. Forward fold. Lift and lengthen, a breath in halfway. Exhale, fold. Go ahead, come on up to standing, arms high, palms touch. Hands down by your sides. Tadasana, right? 2 more just like that. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, fold forward. Halfway lift on an inhale. Plant your hands, step, step. Lower your way, chaturanga or all the way down. Cobra or up dog on an inhale. And downward dog on an exhale. 3 breaths. Taking a pause, taking child's pose at any time. Big breath in. Big breath out. Look forward in between the hands, step, step, or hop, or walk top of your mat and fold. Halfway lift, a breath in. Fold, breathe out. All the way up you go. Arms high, palms touch. Tadasana, breathe out. Right, last time through. Inhale, reach up. Fold it forward on the exhale. Halfway lift, a breath in. Plant your hands, step, step, plank pose. Lower your way. Breathe into your back bend. And downward dog on the exhale. Look forward in between your hands, step, step, walk or hop, top of your mat. Fold it forward. Halfway lift on an inhale. Fold, breathe out. All the way up to standing you go, arms high, palms touch. Tadasana, breathe out. So you're going to take tree pose. Shifting the weight into your right foot, bending the left knee. Just like we did in airplane pose at the beginning of class, finding that space of balance on your right foot. And then opening the left knee out to the left. Placing the foot wherever is comfortable for you for your tree pose. Whether it's kickstanding against the ankle, inner calf, or bringing it all the way up to the inner thigh. Root down through the right foot, draw the left hip in. Standing nice and tall with your shoulders in line with your ears, shoulders in line with your hips. Right? Maybe arms reach up, maybe they stay in front of you. You're here for 3 more breaths. Maybe closing the eyes or adding a little sway to the arms. Right? Drawing that right hip in to stand nice and tall. 1 more big breath in. Hands down by the sides, release the left foot, bring the knee back through center, and then left foot takes the floor next to the right. Stand in stillness, let the eyes close. Notice the difference from right to left. Notice your breath. Okay, so we're going to take it to the other side. Weight shifts into the left foot, bend the right knee. Find that small shifting of the left foot, not locking out the left knee, having a tiny softness there so your muscles can do some work. Open the right knee out towards the right, finding your tree pose wherever that position is, anywhere but your knee joint, right? Ankle, calf, or inner thigh. Arms maybe reach up, maybe they stay at heart center. Opening the right knee more out to the right. Rooting down through the left foot and growing the spine tall. Zipping this left hip in towards your midline. Finding 2 more breaths right where you are. Hands down by your sides. Release the right foot, bring the knee back through center, and then right foot plants next to the left. Right? Standing in Tadasana at the top of your mat. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift on the inhale. Plant the hands, step the left foot to the back of your mat. Walk yourself over towards the long side of your mat. Right? Toes in, heels out just a bit. Inhale, lift and lengthen, flat back. And then exhale, fold it forward. Let the crown of the head go. Hands can stay underneath the shoulders. They can grab your ankles. Right? You can even just grab opposite elbows, have a little bit more of a passive forward fold. Wherever you're at, just letting the weight shift a bit towards the balls of the feet instead of sinking into the heels and letting the hips just reach all the way back. Right? Lift of the low belly, lift and spread of the glutes. One more big inhale. And exhale. Go ahead, come on up to hands right underneath the shoulders. Take a breath in. Bend the knees, hands to hips. Right? Press the feet away from each other. Come all the way up to standing. Let the toes turn out, heels turn in, and bend the knees so they track over the toes for your goddess pose. Right? Cactus the arms out to the side. Nice broad collarbones. Pull the elbows back in space a bit. Take a breath in. And then exhale, elbows, forearms, hands together in front of you. Chin dips down. Right? Inhale, open up. Exhale, everything together, chin dips down. Moving with your breath. Right? Tailbone dropping so butt's not sticking out. One more breath in. And out. Good. Breath in, open up. Straighten through the legs, reach the arms up. Hands come to heart center. Parallel the feet. Right toes turn out to the right. Warrior two. Bend into the right knee, arms out to the side. Right? So almost like we did in the very beginning of class, straighten the front leg, reach the arms up, look up. Now parallel the right foot with the short edge of your mat. We're just going to take it to the left side. So left toes point out. Warrior two as you bend into the left knee. All right, we're going to take that one more time each side. So inhale, reach up, look up, parallel the feet. Exhale, warrior two to the right side. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, warrior two to the left. Right, up through center, a breath in, parallel feet. Interlace hands at your low back. Right, pull the fist down, hard up. Exhale, hinge forward and fold. Again, weight shifts forward towards the balls of the feet. Let the crown of the head go. Keeping a tiny secret bend in the knees. And let the hands drop down towards the ground. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, soften the knees, hands to hips. Come all the way up to standing. Right. Step your feet together in the center of your mat. Close the eyes, Tadasana with your hands by your side. One more big breath in. And long breath out. All right. Step your feet apart. Before you do that, you may want to put one block behind each foot. All right. So feet apart once again. This time we're going to take warrior two to the right. Right. So bend the right knee, arms out to the sides. Right. So bringing the right hand to a block, shifting it just ahead of the right toes. Lift off that left foot, finding your Ardha Chandrasana, that half moon pose, right? So much like tree, there's a softness in the standing leg. You're opening that left hip towards the left side of the room and broadness through the collarbones, right? And then softly land the left foot towards the back of the mat. Move through your goddess pose, right? And then you're going to find your warrior two towards the left. Right? Left hand takes the block right by your left foot. Slide it forward. Lift off the right foot. Your Ardha Chandrasana. Right? Half moon. Find the space. Find the length. Right? Softly land the right foot. Your goddess pose. Toes out, heels in. Ardha Chandrasana to the right. Moving through balance, moving to goddess, not taking any one shape too seriously for too long as we constantly transition to find our balance, find our breath. Right? Moving from side to side, noticing the shifts, noticing the imperfection along the way. One more time to the left. Back through center, goddess pose. And then windmill hands to frame your right foot. Step back, your downward dog. Nice job. Close the eyes. Notice how your breath is. Notice the shift in your mind. And then shift forward to plank, breath in. Lower your way on the exhale. Your back bend, cobra, or up dog. And then if you'd like to flow through downward dog, that's fine, but we will meet in child's pose. The forehead rest on the ground, or on a block, or in the backs of your hands. And take some big breaths into the back body. Playing with balance, shifting in and out, keeps us in that present moment in our body. Not holding too long to one outcome, because there's always another one coming. Moving in, moving out, letting it pass. Breathing in, breathing out. Sunset, sunrise. All these little cues that make up our day, that remind us to just let go. One more big breath in. And long sigh out. Walk the hands in towards you. Come up to a seat. You're going to shift the legs out in front of you. And if you use a blanket for seated postures, go ahead and sit up onto something. Maybe shift left to right. Legs extend out in front of you. Just being mindful not to lock out the knees. You may even place a second blanket or some blocks underneath them. Right, flexing the feet, reaching the arms up, a breath in. And exhale as you fold forward. Wherever the hands land, take a breath in. Think flat back. And exhale, fold. Long through the spine on the inhale. Folding a little bit deeper in towards yourself on the exhale. Slowly walking the hands back in towards you. Slide off any propping you have underneath you and make your way onto your back. Let the knees bend and the feet take the floor as you get there. Take a big breath in. On the exhale, press into your feet. Lift your hips for your bridge pose. Press into the feet, knees and shins towards the front of your space. Maybe even walking the shoulders underneath your chest to find a lift to the back of the heart. Legs squeezing in towards one another. They're not touching, but they're just not splaying out to the sides. There's that integrity along the inner leg line. Take another big breath in. And on the exhale, tailbone rolls or moves forward. Roll the spine down, hips touch. Feet a little wider, knees knock in. Find that neutrality of the pelvis, of the spine, the softness through the inner thighs. Bring the feet back to hips width distance, ankles right underneath the knees. Take a breath in. Exhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, bridge pose. Maybe this time's a little higher. Maybe you press into the backs of your arms to lift through the chest, lift through the sternum. Elongate through the front body as well as the back body. Down through the heels, take one more big breath in. Exhale, tailbone forward, roll the spine down, hips touch, feet wide, knees knock in. Let your breath settle. Find all the small spaces in your body. All right, and last one, bringing the feet back to their hips width distance. Right? Take a breath. Exhale, press into your feet. Lift your hips up for bridge pose. Right? Chest up towards your chin. Knees forward. Lots of space in the front body. Lots of space in the back body. Right? A little squeeze in of the knees. Feel the heels. Right? Shoulders rolling underneath the chest. Take 2 more breaths. And then tailbone forward, roll spine down. Soles of the feet together, knees wide for Supta Baddha Konasana. Maybe hand rest on your belly, or maybe arms like to cactus out to the sides. Notice your breath, the sensation, the depth, the feeling of it. Letting your hands take the outsides of your thighs and folding your legs together like a book, squeezing your knees into your chest, maybe a rock or roll. And then dropping the knees over to the right for a twist. Arms out to the sides. Chest spinning up towards the ceiling. Maybe even right hand takes the top of the left thigh, just for a little extra weight. Not that you're pulling it down, but just that extra weight of your hand. How does your breath flow in and out of your body? How does it compare to when you first rolled out your mat today? And bringing the knees back up through center. Give yourself another squeeze, maybe another rock. And the knees are going to drop over to the left for a twist. Supporting yourself any way you need, whether it's a blanket in between the thighs or even underneath the right shoulder. Right? Even if you didn't take it on the first side, we're asymmetrical, so what one side's knees will be different than the other. Bringing the knees back up through center. Giving yourself one last squeeze, rock, a roll, maybe a happy baby, or just lifting the legs up towards the ceiling. Give it about 5 breaths to explore whatever shapes you'd like. And then eventually, as you're ready, extending legs out in front of you, maybe some support underneath the knees if that feels good for you, maybe arms wide or hands on body. Taking a big breath in and a long audible exhale out. Allowing yourself, giving yourself permission to rest well. Shavasana. And if you need more time where you are, please, I encourage you to take all the time you need. And just allow your body to rest and to accept this rest. Otherwise, if you are ready to shift, allowing your breath to deepen, maybe little movements start to come in or knees into the chest. Sometimes a big full body stretch feels really nice. And slowly rolling yourself off to one side. And taking a moment there, calling to mind that intention that you set for yourself in the beginning of class. And allowing it to fully integrate through the movement into your stillness and carry it with you throughout the rest of your day. Keeping that intention in mind, bringing yourself up to a comfortable seat in a still space, eyes closed. Hands together in front of you on a breath in. And bowing the chin on your exhale with gratitude for the work your body did, the space you created for yourself today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.